Hey guys, welcome to an episode of GEEKAMANIA. We're your hosts, Mark and Ben. For today's episode, we're going to review the new Liam Neeson film. Did I pronounce his name properly? Liam Neeson film, Taken 2. So, Ben, what do you think of Taken 2?
Mark, what did you think of Taken 2?
I thought it was rubbish, honestly. I didn't want to watch it anyway because from the reviews it's been a really bad review, but after watching it I was like, I can see why, and it was a terrible film. The only saving grace to that film was probably Liam Neeson himself. He's a good actor.
I have a big old laundry list of reasons why this film is terrible. So let's run through them, shall we?
Yes.
Okay, let's start off. First of all, way too much shaky cam.
Yeah.
I hate shaky cam. This used it too much, didn't like it. Second of all, the editing was terrible. And I mean disgustingly terrible. I really hated the editing on this. Third of all, the opening titles were terrible. Really, the way they were moving the text around looked like they'd gotten a 4-year-old stuck in with some complex editing software and told him to mash keys. It was terrible.
I know.
Fifth of all!
No, that's that when we watched the titles, I feel like, oh my god, this is just too much brightness in your eyes.
Fifth of all, lens flares. I hate lens flares. Sixth of all, the soundtrack. Unoriginal, crappy stuff that I'll get back to in a bit with a major problem. Seventh of all, the acting was mediocre. The only slightly interesting person is Liam Neeson. Eighth of all, the writing, terrible.
Yeah.
Dialogue, forgettable. The characters, majorly forgettable. I can't even remember Liam Neeson's name in the damn film.
Is his name like Jack or something?
I don't know. I think it might be like Bob or Brian or something
I think it's
like
Brian,
that.
isn't it? I think it's a boring than that Brian.
Oh my days. And, okay, ninth, I've probably lost count here. It's a 12A. There's no violence, there's no major action. 13, the car scene. Terrible. Really bad driving action. And the big one. The major one, which is the one where I slow down a bit and calm down, because this needs to be a bit more rational. Okay, so they have a little scene where Liam Neeson's daughter is in a swimming pool and she's listening to iPod, and A Real Human Being, the song from Drive, is playing. And I thought, that's nice, just a little nod to that film. That's cool, that's fine, I like that. What do they then do? They later, spoilers by the way, but don't see this film.
Don't see this.
They later have a scene where Liam Neeson and her daughter are in a car, and Neeson's like, right, okay, give me your iPhone. I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes. If I'm not back in those 5 minutes, you drive off without me. Completely. Go. Liam Neeson then goes and does his action stuff, and Tick of the Clock starts playing. They completely rip off the opening scene of Drive. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, okay, maybe that's a cool little homage. No, it just feels like they're ripping the scene out from people who haven't seen this great film and have just like gone, oh, film. They won't realise. And then just completely butchered it. And all it made me think of was Drive, and how I'd much rather see Drive 20 times in a row than see this film halfway through. It was...
And the ending credits as well didn't really work for the film either. And I feel, I'm so...
and they used the fucking like Internet Explorer 9 song, which I know it's a decent song, but I can only think of that song as the fucking Internet Explorer 9 song as the end credits.
I definitely agree with you with the shaky
Such
cam.
an anticlimax, and the problem is that as soon as you put Drive into my head, okay, look, let's compare Taken 2 to this film. Okay, what does this film have? Great cinematography, great music, great acting, great script, great everything, great car scenes, great violence, great atmosphere, interesting characters that you give a shit about. None of that is in Taken 2, and Taken 2 openly reminds you of this film. It openly said, oh, wasn't this film great? Look at that, we're great, aren't we? No, you're shit. You don't deserve to be on the same earth as this. I hate you. Get out of here. 1 star.
Completely.
End of.
The best thing about the film was the trailers.
The best thing about the film, the most enjoyment we got was the fucking trailers. Write that on your reviews. Daily Mail. Liam Neeson is a pile of shit, but Jake Gyllenhaal does a great performance of that one cop thing. Life of Pi looks amazing, and by the way, Liam Neeson is shit.
And
Daily
Argo
Mirror,
looks
5
awesome.
stars. Did you see those fucking trailers on Taken 2? Holy shit, man, those trailers were awesome. I remember that part where Liam Neeson introduces that trailer for Life of Pi. Yeah, awesome.
And Argo as well.
yeah.
That awesome trailer for
Oh yeah,
Argo.
Argo looks amazing, doesn't it? Yeah, Liam Neeson looks great in that. Fuck, that film was bad.
It was really bad. Probably the worst film I've seen this year. But then again, we haven't seen Twilight yet.
Oh,
so.
and the final boss, the final villain, the final corner, the final thing that Liam Neeson has to defeat in order to save his daughter is a slightly podgy, short Indian man with a tiny knife. That's your climax?
No, the climax when they push him is like ridiculously push his
Yeah,
head into the
he
wall.
pushed an old man into a coat hanger and he vaguely dies. But that was the final fight. That was the big fight scene. The big climax of your film is Liam Neeson has to defeat a slightly overweight man in a tracksuit with a small knife. Oh, how will Liam Neeson do this? He's got a gun. He has a gun. Liam Neeson could just shoot the man. It was terrible. It was the worst film I've seen all year. Easily. Point blank. 100%. Don't see this film. Especially if you enjoy Taken. Especially if you enjoy Taken. And definitely don't see it if you have an iota of respect for this film. So, have you got anything else to say, Mark?
Nope, I basically agree with all that you said.
I feel like that was a nice short episode. That was nice.
Yeah, very short. So, cheers, guys. That was GEEKAMANIA. I'm Mark. He's
I'm
Ben.
Ben.
I'm Mark. He's Ben.
Don't see Taken 2 ever.
Don't see it.
Don't give them your money. Please don't let them make a third one. For the love of Jesus. Ah!
Or if they do make a film, at least make it more like the first one, so then people actually enjoy it.
Make it an 18. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.